Okay, welcome to another Friday night class at 9. We're ready to learn another stitch on our road to 100 stitches on 100 Fridays. Tonight, I'm just going to use a medium weight yarn. I believe this is from Lion's brand actually this time. I had it rolled, so I don't have the packaging, but any medium weight yarn or even a little bit one level softer, even like a 3 would be okay to use tonight. So whichever yarn you want to pull out. On needles, the 3.5 is a good needle size as far as millimeters go for this. That's usually like an F. You could even do an E on this one because it is a bit of a tighter stitch. But I'm going to go ahead and stay with the H. I'm going to go back to the trusty old H, which is a 5 millimeter, number 8 in US numbering, just so you guys can see what I'm doing, and it'll be a little bit bigger of a piece for our quilt square that I'm making. Tonight's stitch is going to be called the dovetail. A lot of times we think about doves at Christmas, so just like when I did the spider stitch for Halloween, I thought it would be fun to do a more Christmassy stitch, so we're going to do the dovetail tonight. To start out, you need to do a multiple of 8 and then plus 4. So a multiple of 8 plus 4. So what I've chosen to do is 16 plus 4, so that's my 20. So I've chained 20. This one needs a starting base row, so you're going to have to chain your 20 and then turn around and single crochet back down the entire chain. That will be your starting row to this stitch. If you want to, you can foundational single crochet the whole entire row, and you don't have to do the chain, and then you'll still do the same. You'll do a multiple of 8 plus 4. So whichever way is more comfortable, do your chain and then turn and single crochet down the row, or do your foundational single crochet and chain your 8, multiple of 8 plus 4. So again, I'm doing 20 if you want to follow along with us, but I'll let you go ahead and get your row done, and then we'll come back and get started. Okay, so we've got our row, we're ready to turn, so we're going to turn our project. And we're ready to go back down our row of single crochet. We're going to turn and chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. We're not going to go in this stitch right here because that's the stitch that our chain is in. So we're going to skip the first 4 stitches. So on your V's, you're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to work in this one here. So skipping those, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go in the 4th one from our chain. Go ahead and pick that V up on your needle there. In the 4th one from the hook, we are going to put 3 double crochets into that. So yarn over and go in your stitch, pull through. You'll have 3 hoops or 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. There's your double crochet. So put 2 more in that same stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then 1 more in that stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So you have your chain and a space, and then you put 3 doubles into that 4th chain from the stitch. Then we're going to skip 2, so skip this next one here and this one here, and in this stitch here, you're going to put a double crochet, just 1. So 1 double crochet there. And then in the next stitch after, again, 1 double crochet. So you've got your set of 3 and then 2 right there. All right, we're just going to repeat the same thing that we did, and we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then put 3 double crochets in this stitch here. So yarn over and go in your stitch, bring it out. You'll have 3 hoops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Make sure you put 3 double crochets into that stitch. So there are 3 double crochets in that stitch. We're going to put 3 double crochets in the next stitch as well. So just in the one right after that, put 3 double crochets. Trying to hold on to my tail. Remember that when you're first working and you've got that chain, it is hard to work in because it's the beginning of the project. And I always tell you guys I hate the first row of the project. It's just kind of annoying like that. We're going to skip these next 2 stitches there and put a double crochet in each of the following after the skip 2. So skip 2, then a double crochet, and then a double crochet. Now we're to the end of our row. We're going to skip 2, and then we have 2 stitches here. So we're going to yarn over and put a double crochet in our last stitch here, in our last 2 stitches here. One right here for our last double crochet, and then a double crochet on the end, just like we did at the beginning. So we have that, we counted that chain 3 as a double crochet when we turn. So we want to make sure we go in the last stitch and put a double crochet. So right now it's going to look like that there. So this is what it looks like. And we're going to turn. This stitch happens to be a stitch of 2 rows that are just repeated. So we're at the end of our row. We are going to turn and once again chain 3. We're going to skip this stitch here because that's the one that our chain is in, and we're going to be ready for this next one here. On the next row, we're just going to put a double crochet in the next stitch. So 1 double crochet right here. We're going to skip 2, which if you'll notice, that's where we have those 2 doubles. So we're going to skip those 2. That puts us right here, ready for this double crochet here. We are going to front post treble around that. Remember when we treble, we yarn over twice because we're doing a triple. When we front post, we go in the front, we grab yarn and come out of the front. Then for the treble stitch, finish it out, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. There's your front post treble. In the next stitch, we're going, or the same stitch, we're slide it over. There's a stitch here, right here, with that we went over. We're going to put 2 double crochets into that stitch, the one that we front posted around. So you're going to go in that stitch, and pull through 2 and pull through 2. And then you're going to do it again, go in that very same stitch and put another double. It's going to kind of make that front post come out a little bit and be a little bit towards the front. Then in the very next stitch, you're going to do the same thing. 2 double crochets. Then we have one more little stitch here, little double crochet down there. We're going to again wrap around twice to do a front post treble. Go in the front and around the front, pull it through. You have 4 loops, so finish out your treble, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now you can see the dovetail that has formed there. So here it kind of sticks to the front, and the dovetail kind of looks like it's raised up. You're going to skip 2 stitches right there. Skip those 2. You're going to double crochet in each of the next stitches. So skip those 2, and then right here you've got a double crochet. And in the next stitch as well, a double crochet. You're ready to front post stitch again right here. So wrap around twice, go around the front post, pull it through, finish out the treble, yarn over and pull through twice, or 2 hoops, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. That same stitch that you went around, you're going to put 2 doubles. You have to kind of slide it over to find it because you front posted around it. So push everything out of your way to get back to the stitch. You're going to repeat and put 2 in that next stitch as well. And then in the last double, front post again. Or front post with a triple, I'm sorry, I didn't wrap around enough. So wrap around twice, front post of the triple, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, there's your next dovetail. So you've made 2 dovetails just like that. Now this is a really good pattern for clothing, because if you'll notice, it gives it a raised look on the front where those dovetails are forming. But if you flip it over, the back is completely flat. So it's flat and smooth on the back, and all those raised front posts are going to be on the front, making those dovetails. So this is a really good one for clothes, because this flat side would be against you and the dovetail would be out on the sweater or the skirt or whatever you're making, the shorts or whatever, even the socks. So having the flat up against you would not cause any irritation. So this is a really good stitch for clothing. Keep in mind though that it's usually done on a smaller needle than what we used. So it's not going to be as holy as it looks right here on this piece that I'm doing, because remember I sized up to the 5mm, which is the H. And when you're normally doing this stitch, it's recommended to use the 3.5. So in those tighter stitches, if you're using the E, the F, the G even, it's going to look a little bit different than this, and the holes are going to be a little bit less because it's going to be a tighter stitch as you're working. So practice on this maybe to get it down, and then do your piece or your project in the smaller needle, and I think you'll like it either way. But that's the dovetail and what it looks like. So it's just a repeat of these 2 rows. So let's finish out this row and get ready to do the row back, and I'll show you what that looks like, and then you can go from there. We're going to skip 2 again, and if you'll notice, there's our 2 we're going to skip, but there's that chain 3, so we want to make sure that when we skip those 2, we go in that end chain and pick up that stitch there, that V on the end, and put a double crochet in there so that our row stays straight and can finish out. Now we turn, we do our chain 3, and it sets us up to go back and do the next row. So we repeat what we did before in row 1, and we skip the stitch here, these 2 here, and in the 4th one, we put a double crochet, 3 double crochets actually, I'm sorry, you'll do 3. Then in this next one, you'll do 3 double crochets. There's your 2 sets of 3 for your dovetails for the next row. You're going to skip 2 stitches, put a double crochet in that following one, a double crochet in the next one, skip 2 stitches again, 3 double crochets, in the very next stitch, 3 double crochets, skip these 2 stitches. You're ready for 2 doubles. If you'll notice, we're back on the end where we have a double and our chain. So that works out perfectly that you put a double into each one of those. And you've made your row back. You've set yourself up to make dovetails on the next row, and you're ready to turn. And remember, when you turn, you're going to chain 3. You're not going to work in this one here because that's the one that you're in. You're ready to put a double crochet just in the very next stitch right here. Double crochet. You're repeating that other row, that row 2, because now you're row 4. So the first thing you do is that treble front post. So wrap around twice, go in the front of the stitch, yarn over and pull through the front. You have 4 hoops. Finish out your treble, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. That gives you your start of your dovetail. You're going to go in that same stitch that you just went in and did the front post. You're going to go back and go in it, put 2 double crochets. In the very next stitch, 2 double crochets. And then you're ready for this front post again. So triple in the front and around, pull through, yarn over, yarn over, yarn over. And there's the dovetail on your next row. So as you can see, all the dovetails, let me flatten this out real quick, get my needle out of it so I can flatten it on my hand. All the dovetails are going to be to the front. So there's a dovetail there from the previous row. Here's the dovetail, here's the dovetail. You're making dovetails across this row now. So you can see they kind of stick out to the top or to the front side. But again, on this back side, if you flip it over, it is completely flat and smooth. So it is a one-sided piece, don't forget that. Also, again, don't forget to change your needle size if you want it to be a little less holy and a little tighter. It is recommended to use a smaller needle. I just wanted you to be able to see what I was doing and see those dovetails showing up. So that's why I used the H tonight. I hope everybody had a really good Christmas and got lots of things they wanted and spent time with family and really enjoyed the holiday. And the reason for this season, of course, is Christ our Savior. And so I hope everybody had a great week, and I hope you have a great week coming up into the new year. I wish you guys all the best in the next week ahead and celebrating next Thursday. I will see you guys on Friday, and we will learn another stitch. And I hope you all have a good weekend. Happy crocheting.